President Trump spoke with South Korea's President Moon today for an hour and 15 minutes, unusually long, to get his impression of Kim Jong-un and whether the North Korean dictator really is serious about getting rid of his nuclear weapons. Yesterday's summit was historic, but the agreement that ended it was vague. All eyes now on an even bigger deal. North Korea's most famous anchor, using a word once unthinkable here, saying her leader's new goal is complete denuclearization. The state-run newspaper featuring 61 photographs of Kim Jong-un meeting their enemy. One historic summit reversing decades of hostility and setting the stage for President Trump to close a nuclear deal when he meets Kim in the coming weeks.
The Inter-Korean Summit creates heightened expectations and puts greater pressure on the Trump-Kim summit because the denuclearization question can only be answered at that summit.
This meeting saw the leaders commit only to the idea of a nuclear-free Korea. It didn't mention Kim's nuclear program and set no timetable. US officials want proof Kim is getting rid of weapons within a year. And there was no detail in their plan for a peace deal to end the Korean War. Among the millions watching, one North Korean defector called it all a show. What's changed for North Korea's people, she asked. Have human rights? Have living standards? Many in South Korea, though, watched in tears, hopes rising that decades of living under the North's missile threat might be over, as Kim Jong-un declared a new era of peace, and President Moon said no more war. But amid their hugs and handshakes, Kim also took swipes at the US. Foreigners here to fight, he said. President Trump predicting their meeting should be quite something. Bill Neely, NBC News, Seoul.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.